Okay. Wait for this to start recording. Is this recording? I think it's recording. So this is a project I've been working on for quite a bit, well, maybe the last 3 days. This is not released yet, but we've been working pretty hard to get this out. And why is it regen? And it took a lot of remodeling, even through the first few days of development. But this is the current project we have. This is 0.2 of the area. 0.1 was when we actually finished the city and the 2 bases temporarily, at least. Well, 0.1 was just the Cartinian base here and the main city and terrain. Then when we hired a new developer or modeler, we got the next base and remodeled everything else. That's 1.5, and then remodeling the tanks and adding the artillery post right there was 0.2, which we are at right now. But what we have, the system, we have Wolf and Chad for the tanks, because there's nothing really easy and nothing easy enough to make the models for all the vehicles. So this is the, but speaking of the vehicles, this is the Cartinian IFV, based on the Japanese Type 89 infantry fighting vehicle. It is a light design. I can't remember all the specs about it, but it's got 2 ATGMs. The real life model has a 35mm gun. This is the modified variant. It has a 57mm anti-tank autocannon. And I still can't figure out how to get the seats in the vehicle, so that'll be a later update once I get it flushed out. But, yeah. I guess the game hasn't updated yet, even though I did update it. That should have a sign that shows a poster, a political poster denouncing the the Republic of Pedruzia, saying death to Pedruzia during the war. And then, so they're here. We're gonna just showcase the map for a little bit. We have, this is a city. It's not based on anything, but it's in the area of the city of Sapporo. But again, this isn't actually based off of Sapporo. This is just a random city idea I had. So here, we start. For some reason the destroyer won't load. I don't know why. But, yeah, we have the Pedrusian landing ship that's going to be replaced soon. Don't mind the nuclear right there. And then we have their spawn. We have a few vehicles. We have the 2 IFBs that are based on the BMP-1 or BMP-2. I think because the BMP-2 has the tube right there. Then we have this little piece of piece of shit called the T-98 or the T-98 Versky. It has a little railgun. It's based on the T-90, but it has a railgun. And then we have the Mustafar artillery piece, based on the Mista, I can't remember the name, the Mista B, I think, Russian artillery. I just forgot to note, as you can see, the Pedrusian Republic is based off of the Russian Empire, or just Russia in general. And then we come to the city that has been bombarded to hell by my Pedrusian missiles and artillery. So you see craters, destroyed buildings, and smoking buildings. You'll see that. And then, just as detail, before we spawn in, there's already been a battle, but then it stopped later so they could get more resources. And yeah. So, I guess this hadn't updated the game yet, but there's 2 flags here, one displaying the country's flag and one displaying Death to Pedruzia. And then, yeah. And it has, of course, it looked much different. I'll display some pictures on my profile after this, or sometime later, I guess, when I'm editing this. But this looked different. And with our new developer, we got everything fixed up, so The base over here looked completely different before the first update. And then there's supposed to be, I guess it doesn't load in because I'm too far, but there's a artillery outpost here. I'll show you when I get back. But here we have the it's a fictional tank, not based off of anything, but it uses the Type 89 hull. This is the Type 96 Kara. Now, just saying, if there is a tank with the same name, with the same number on it, don't get mad at me, please. This is a fictional tank. I haven't done much research, other than the Type 10 and Type 89 Kai. Or not Kai, but that's just one of the games that has it. But then here we have, yes, this is the Kara. It has a 157mm howitzer cannon, firing an HE and AP. This turret is kind of based off the Mista B, but not really. It has a completely different back end and doesn't have the same top areas and doesn't have the store and loader hatch, which you can't really see because it's dark lighting. And then what we have, of course, we have the Type 10. This doesn't have anything added to it. It's literally just the Type 10 main battle tank. The gun might look different, but that's just whatever. And then the rest of the base here, there was going to be a radio here, but I can't figure out why the radio doesn't want to display for just a small area about the size of this base, or just this little area. That's kind of about it for the map, other than the mountains, and yeah. My friends decided to put a bunch of just random meme posters. Well, the two other developers, there's just some meme posters here. This is going to get changed. This and the new update was changed to the Death to Pedruzia flag right there. And then, again, that. And then this one had a Death to Pedruzia logo on it. And same with this one that replaced the dog. On the other side of this is just a kind of a normal poster. I guess just a normal poster. But, yeah. Then, now SPG-9s that are kind of dotted around. Toy gate. That's kind of not much it. There's just a little skyline here, some lights. And then we have our little FB here. And then at this one Tory gate where this Type 10 is, there's Miku. Don't ask why. Something happened to one of the main battle tanks over here that had a hole in it. That was done by this little shit. That's missing its top. I don't know the science to why it blew its top off. You can ask Kahanu or a KRCV enthusiast about why that's there. And that was destroyed by this. If you want to know the lore, I can maybe post it in the description or another video going through the lore of everything here. I haven't fully gotten through the RP in the server, so, because this is based off of the lore. But that's kind of about it about this game. Planned updates next planning are going to be finishing the designs for the city tanks and all that. Possibly a remodel of the city. We don't know yet. And then definitely adding game modes and different maps for different theaters of the war. Because there's going to be, I guess, 2 maps for each theater. The KHU or Kahanawani Imperium. Or, no, not Kahanawani Imperium. Kahanawani Union. Oh my god. Kahanawani Union has going to have 2 maps. Same with Cartinia and Pedruzia. But, kind of better the map. Now, let's go through just some other information about the game. So, as you can see, tanks, we use the Wolfenstein tank system. Very buggy, but it works because we can make models easier. It's not like the Ferrarico and other systems like it. This tank here just has a coaxial 7.62 machine gun on the front next to the turret. And then we have the gun. Yeah, 57mm MWI, Mitsubishi Weapons Industry. Which probably doesn't actually exist in real life, but It's not exactly real life what we're doing. But I'm basing a lot of the geopolitics on real life, so my Cartinia is basically just Japan with extra territories like Taiwan and South and North Korea. They have that, kind of like they did in World War II. And then, but the government is still what it was like after the American War in the Pacific. So, the government, we aren't allowed to have our own offensive military or on any offensive weapons. And yeah. So, the gun system is the carbon engine, I believe. It's kind of similar to ACS, but since ACS isn't the modern version of ACS isn't compatible with Wolfenstein, we're just going to use the carbon engine. It's similar, but not exactly the same. So it works. You have to once you first spawn in, you have to rack the bolt like this, pressing F twice. Pull it back with F, and then push it back in, or let go with F again. And then you got your lean keys. You can put it down, gun down. With P, just kind of puts you in patrol mode, and then kind of can do the same with doing the scroll wheel, which you can't see, but yeah. Now with the tanks and the anti-tank weapons, like the rocket launchers and the grenades, we use Wolfenstein so they can damage the tanks. Binoculars, flare, and yeah. Now, if we switch teams, the Republic of Pedruzia, which I think I just crashed the game. How lovely. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I guess we can cut it off here. No, never mind. We'll display the different Pedrusian vehicles. Do I have this? No, I don't have this. Yeah, developer tag. So yeah, that's kind of basically it about the game. More updates are to come when we release the game. But yeah, maybe I'll get some development progress, more next update. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.